Begin. You're good?
Yeah.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being here. We will start with personal appearances. Any personal appearances? All right. Seeing no personal appearances, Ryan, do you want to continue the tradition of rolling away right away? Thanks for being here again.
I sent this to Callan about 45 seconds ago, so thank you for pulling this off. It's been a day. Let's see here. All right, so thanks for the opportunity to give you an update on things that are happening here with flood protection in Roosevelt Park and Zoo. I'll just kind of zip through this stuff. Pretty high level update this evening here on with regard to these various contracts that are in place here. MI6B, that's the park construction company portion of the project that goes from the pool and west into downtown. That project is on winter suspension. They've got a couple of the pre-consolidation piles, or those dirt piles placed, and that's basically all the work they're going to do for the winter. They'll start up again in the spring. On the other side, on the east side of the pool, there are several contracts that are currently open. Work is in kind of various stages here. I'll step through some of this stuff. With regard to concession stand, Discovery Barn relocation, camel exhibit, I'm just going to say that the Discovery Barn relocation is forthcoming. The last update that I got was it's expected to be moved this week. I've heard that multiple times, though. I'm not going to lie, so I'm not. I'm holding my breath, hoping that they follow through this time. But at the end of the day, it's a scheduling issue with their sub that's hired to move or relocate that building. So our contractor is working through that with their sub. The concession stand work is also ongoing. It hasn't been much with that. They've finished up the foundations and have been kind of on winter suspension with that. There's been a little bit of work ongoing with the flood control piece of this. Wagner has started to place riprap along the riverbank, basically from the pedestrian bridge that crosses the river between the east and west sections of Roosevelt Park, kind of by the pickleball courts. From there and south toward the Zoo Visitor Center, they've started the placement of riprap in that segment of the riverbank. And in lieu of going through the drone footage, really, I think it's just this picture in the bottom left here kind of tells a story of what they've been working on here. They're basically stripping all the material off of that riverbank section, placing rock in that section, and that'll be basically the general theme over the next several weeks for Wagner. That's going to be the work that they're going to be doing. And probably the last thing that I wanted to step through is just our proposed, I call it a separation plan between Park District users, the general public, and the construction contractors. So the area that I've got highlighted in orange here is the area that is going to be physically separated from construction, in which Park District patrons, your users, the public, are going to be allowed to use, and the contractor is not going to be allowed to be in there. Okay, so throughout this area, we will have hard barriers in place or other physical barriers that are in place, right? So I'm just going to kind of step through this from west to east. So the new access road, which my cursor is following, that new temporary access road that was placed here, there will be a security fence placed on the north side of that this spring. We're going to be working with the internal team here at the Park District to optimally configure the fence in this area. It's going to change a little bit from what's shown here on the plan, just to be able to provide better access for the pool equipment in that project that the Park District is planning. So we're going to retool this area here a little bit and optimize it. But that fence is going to continue around the west section of the pool facility. And what that's going to do, it's going to create basically a pedestrian corridor all the way around the building to the entrance to the pool on the north side of that building. Okay, that corridor will then continue so that it doesn't become a very long singular dead end. That corridor will continue southeasterly and will basically tie into existing fences that go around the old water slide foundations, and then also the pickleball courts. This corridor that's over in this area that I'm highlighting, that's not intended to be like a primary access corridor, because people would have to walk, let's say, along the little railroad tracks that are there. But it is intended as a place for emergency egress, so that there isn't this long dead end and somebody ends up getting trapped in there for one reason or another. Okay, and then basically from the southeast corner of the pickleball courts will extend additional fencing. That'll go to the south, that'll turn to the west, and it'll terminate on the riverbank, or the old riverbank, current dead loop bank. So essentially we're going to have this area that's highlighted in orange kind of completely cordoned off and accessible to Park District users only, and not accessible to the contractors. In addition to that, we've worked with Ellie and Jared and the team on optimizing parking for the pool users and providing parking a little bit closer to the pool than was originally planned. So the original plan was that most of the parking was going to be down near the pickleball courts and people would have to walk up to the pool. We've reconfigured a few things to try and stack more parking closer in proximity to the pool itself, which we think will be helpful and more intuitive to your users. And it'll also help to minimize any traffic conflicts coming through this area, because this area west of the pickleball courts, this does get pretty tight. Right now it's one-way traffic that goes through there, and we're going to be converting that to two-way traffic during construction here. So we've been working with Jared and Troy and the team just on figuring out the optimal access routes through there, looking, if we have to potentially affect tree areas. We're looking to affect potentially ash trees in lieu of oak trees, things that are more susceptible to disease and stuff like that. So really trying to let's say optimize the areas of our impact to kind of lessen the lasting effects of construction for the Park District. So with that, that's probably the biggest update that I've got to give you. Is we've been kind of working on this plan. We feel like we're pretty close. We'll be continuing to refine this with your team, and this will be kind of the first item of business once the frost comes out in the spring. The contractor is going to be required to put this stuff up before they start their heavy construction work, basically. So one other item of note here is that the access into Roosevelt Park and the pool for a majority of the season next year is going to come from the south, and it'll be through Eastwood Park, because Central Avenue will be closed during a large portion of next year, of this year. Like once we get into construction, there'll be a lot of work along Central Avenue, underground work, etc. That'll cut off access from the west. So access into the park will be from the south through that Eastwood Park neighborhood. So.
Is it all new asphalt that'll be put down for the parking, or just the new road on the west part of it, and then use the existing whatever's there?
It'll be a combination of things. So there's currently some open area that is in here that we'll scrape that out, put asphalt down, and then as a part of the project, we'll also take any asphalt out that we need to take out, and then we'll put the permanent fixes back in place after that. So. The intent is to not have a gravel or a muddy tracking type surface that people are going to be driving and parking on pavement. We'll try and keep things tidy. So, take any questions if there are any.
Anything else for Ryan?
Just one additional note. We met with Ryan and the Surrey Valley, or his team with the Surrey Valley Joint Board and a few of the other entities involved with MI7 and MI6, and just so you guys are aware, we are working on communication that will go out later in March, talking about the summer, and that there is a plan in place, but there's also a lot of variables in place. And the one guarantee I think that we have is it's going to be fluid. So our goal with everything is to be transparent, but being transparent with our public very early on that we're going to get the information in their hands as soon as possible, but everybody has to be aware that interruptions can happen and more than likely will happen, but we'll get that information to them as fast as we can. So just be looking for that. I think we all kind of decided right now is probably not the time because we don't have all of it, but getting it closer to March and prepared for the summer months coming. So thank you guys for that. I think our communication with their crew and ours has been fantastic, and we'll just continue down that path.
Sweet. All right. Well, thank you very much. Appreciate you being here.
Thank you guys. Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, let's move on to the approval of meeting minutes from December 17th.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll
I
second.
have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, the bills for $488,108.96.
Move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Any discussion? Callan, you can call the roll.
Lovda.
Yes.
Kirkhammer.
Yes.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Olson.
Yes, salaries for $310,101 and 49 cents.
Make a motion to approve the salaries. That set amount.
Any discussion on the salaries? Discussion? Callan?
Lovda.
Yes.
Kirkhammer.
Yes.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Olson.
Yes. Callan, do you want to talk about anything or any updates on anything?
Yeah, I'll give a little update that just very starting of the 2024 financial close. The expense side of it is still kind of working its way out as we're making sure we have all of our bills and everything in and seeing where that's sitting. But revenue side, we're fairly solid. So I have a couple numbers I thought I would just share with you. So we budgeted on our generated revenue through our facilities and everything about 3.1 million, and our actuals came in at 3.7. So we were $600,000 over budget. The park side of that was $440,000. The golf, Mesa, and the zoo made up $288,000 over what their budgeted revenue was. And then recreation side was about $67,000 over budget. So had really good, strong revenues for 2024. And that is all I have. Take any questions.
Yeah, any questions for Callan? Thanks for those numbers. Good? All right, sweet. Thanks, Callan. Let's go to department reports, and Jared can start us off.
Park Board President Commissioners will answer anything on my submitted report. It'll all be up a couple other times later. The only thing on my report, as you can see, we're into the RFP and capital improvement purchasing. So I'll be bringing more things as months go on here. So we've started that process.
Cool. Anything for Jared? All right. Thanks, Jared. Golf course, Steve.
Just got a call to my golf carts were in Bismarck. We really can't do anything until we have it on. They're on hold there. Excuse me. They're on hold there. On hold in Bismarck until the next 38 are ready to go. So that's a good sign because you always worry about they're going to get here in time. So they'll pick up the old ones when they bring in the new ones. So that's it.
All right. Anything for Steve? All right. Greens, Cammie. Welcome, by the way. I was not here
I don't have
last
anything
time.
to add to my written report. Just working on orders for the upcoming season. Unless you have any questions for me.
All right. Anything for Cammie? All right. Thanks. Zoo, do you have something, or just if we have questions, or Logan's at a conference or
Park Board President Commissioners, Logan is at a conference for AZA directors, so I can try to answer anything on his submitted report. And then Bob is also Well, he had some travel troubles getting back to Minot, so he's in Grand Forks. We'll be back tomorrow. So I can try to answer anything on their submitted reports at this time.
I just have a question for the zoo. See that we have veterinary position open. Did you ever look at contracting, or is a veterinarian full-time the best way to go?
Park Board President Commissioners, yeah, the local vet services are so busy. It's even hard for us at times to have emergency vet services like right now when Dr. Logan is gone. So again, we've have this advertised for about a week, so we'll see where we're at when time comes. But contract vet services are very, very difficult because you can't hardly find anybody locally.
All right. Anything for Jared? We're good.
What's the timeline on the accreditation? Where are we at?
I'll go through that under old business. So, yeah.
Hold your horses.
I'll give a full update there.
I'm ready to go.
All right, Eric, maintenance. Welcome to the squad, Eric.
Thank you. Yeah, just a couple highlights on my report. Snow removal has kind of been our main focus for this last month. We've had a couple of snow events and then wind blowing and everything else. So been pretty busy with snow removal. We are planning to haul some snow away from the auditorium parking lot in the near future here. Trying to get that done before district and regional basketball shows up to town. Just to allow more, parking space for the visitors. Outdoor rinks, we're doing daily maintenance, flooding and resurfacing when we can. Overall, the rinks are in good shape and they're getting a lot of use from what I hear from the crew out there, so that's good. Other than that, we're taking care of our daily service calls. We had a few items in the zoo that we've had to take care of. Giraffe exhibit had a drain issue, and we went in there and took care of that. I also found some aging sewer venting. The pipes were cracked, so we replaced that with PVC. And we had a air exchanger on the clinic roof that we needed to get in service, and Mowbray and Sons Contracting got that going last week, so that helps out at the zoo. Other than that, I guess any items on the list, I could answer questions. We have been doing walkthroughs with the zoo for the AZA inspections. We've got a little task list that we've been working on, trying to prep for the AZA inspection here coming this summer.
Any questions for Eric? Eric, you got to learn to say, "I can answer any questions you got." That's what the rest of them say.
Okay.
I'm kidding. No, welcome to you and Cami as well. It's great to have you guys. Let's see, Shannon.
I don't have anything to add
Yes.
to my report. Veteran.
Teed that one up for you.
Greenhouses survived the nice cold weather we had, so that was good news. Yeah, a lot of heat was running in those last few days.
Just hang out in there every day. Any questions for Shannon? All right, Troy.
Well, we have a new employee over at Forestry, Chris Strope, so we'd like to welcome him on board. He seems to be fitting in really well. He's been with us for about a week now. And then Mike Clean will be taking his ISA Arborist test next week down in Aberdeen when we're down there for our conference, so good luck to him. That's all I have, unless you have any questions.
Thanks, Troy. Anything for Troy? All right, Tommy.
Not much to add. Finished up last year with the state middle school wrestling tournament. It was a little of a disappointment. Bismarck and Dickinson, I think, they started their vacation earlier than we did, so we missed out on about half the entries. So that wasn't the greatest. And then we just started up the season in the auditorium last week with a state solo dance competition, which was in conjunction with Minot State University. They had the team portion of it, and we had the solo portion of it. And then, we have a state Catholic trivia contest next Wednesday. And then after that, it's tournament season. So, any questions, I can sure answer them, or try to.
All right, any questions for Tom? All right. I've seen the Catholic trivia thing the last few years is like rocking and rolling, so heads up. I'm serious on that too. It is big time.
I thought it was just like a trivia contest. It's not.
No. It's like half trivia contest, half rave. I think. Go figure that one out for a Catholic event. I'll shut up now. Anne?
Just to highlight a couple, we kind of have a busy week this year, or this week. We have our Zoo Year's Eve event on Friday and Saturday at the zoo, obviously. Saturday, Bailey's hosting a Frozen Fun Day up at Polaris Park. Mondays, Nikki's hosting another Kids Night Out at Service Valley Golf Course. So, and then I think I've talked to every possible media outlet about our ice rinks too. So everybody's been interested in what we're doing outside. So I think that's really good. It says a lot. So, been a lot of talk about that. That's all I have.
Anything for Anne? Thanks, Anne. Mark?
I think the only thing I'd like to add is January looks really strong for us. We have more play in terms of kind of sand pickleball. So it's a really a lot of opportunity 7 days a week for people to get involved. Real plus for us. The leagues, all the adult leagues are doing. We're in all our winter leagues. Full speed ahead. And then the cold weather is driving more people in, and Australia 2 weeks, so that's even more people. Kind of a perfect storm of people playing.
Did we ever, like, when we changed the rates at the indoor, like, did we, I feel like I haven't asked in a month or two, like, did we sell some more, and do we know kind of what the final numbers were, being that we're probably halfway through now, or like ballpark? I mean, was it a bunch more, or?
President Commissioners, I think the last check before the first of the year, we were pushing 100 season passes.
It's like, what was that last year, do you think?
I think we ended up with about 24, 25. And so again, it's a few of the different programs. So, for example, like the high school groups that are in there using the facility, they bought a season pass.
Yep.
So then it's not a court rental, it's just a season pass for a student, which at that price, if you participate, it's a great deal for them. So,
but you think, like, I know it's real soon after we change it, it's worked, it made sense, the changes that we made?
Park President Commissioners, I believe the adjustments we made have definitely increased the play. We'll see with revenue by the end of the year, end of the season, but I think it'll, as far as the season passes and everything, yes, it's definitely increased the play. And if we have a snowy spring, it'll even be better for us with rentals.
Yeah, there you go. We don't want that, though.
Which, that's a tough one. Like the income, but we'd rather be outside for all our facilities.
Cool. All right, thanks. Any other questions for Mark or anybody? If not, let's go to new business. Roosevelt Park Zoo Campus Plan Review.
All right. Park Board President Commissioners, just going to kind of go through a real quick review of where we're at for AZA accreditation. Calvin put up the timeline. So basically, starting November 2024, there's about 14 chapters that need to be reviewed and edited for AZA, ranging from animal care, education, finance, to strategic planning. So again, each zoo managers were assigned certain sections to review and update. Executive staff has been updating certain sections. So right now, the first draft of the application is complete. We are now working on internal review and editing for that. And again, as the timeline goes, we hope to have everything submitted at least 2 weeks prior to the official application deadline of March 1st. So we're working through all that paperwork. It ends up being well over a 100-page application. As Eric said in his report, we are doing weekly walkthroughs of facilities, exhibits, things like that, just to try to get ahead of some of the maintenance that we need to do prior to our inspection. We will be going through a mock AZA facilities inspection in February, and that'll help give us an idea of kind of some of the things that we need to really focus on. After our application is submitted, then we'll get selected for our actual inspection date, which we anticipate probably be the second or third week of June. Once that's done, then we'll get those items that we need to fix back, and then we'll try to get as many of those done prior to our in-person hearing in Tampa in September. So that's kind of the timeline that we're going off of. The other part of this is the strategic and campus plan for the next 10 years. Again, that'll include a few existing exhibit upgrades and, a fair bit of the new exhibits on the new side of the zoo, which when those times come, it will be brought to the board for, our normal approval process like any other project. So you'll be involved in that as those things come. So that's a very high level review of AZA accreditation process right now. So if Ellie, if you have anything to add, or I can answer any questions at this time.
Yeah, just a small thing to add, as Jared talked about that campus review plan, I just want to, really follow up and let you guys know it's kind of the plan that we have to move forward. When we actually have plans and are ready to have the funding in place and bid out, you guys will be involved with that entire process. This is really our visioning for the future of the zoo. We want you guys to be aware of it, but like I said, just know that you'll be involved the entire way as we are able to move forward with those plans.
Cool. Any questions?
5 years? Once it's done.
5-year cycle, correct. Yep.
Yep.
It's quite a process.
Excellent. All right, let's move to old business, and I'm guessing you're going to talk Roosevelt
right here.
Park Pool.
We're going to get you your own microphone
Yep.
pretty soon.
All right, Park Board President Commissioners, today we opened bids on the Roosevelt Pool Filtration Piping and Heating Project. We had 4 general contractors who provided bids. Again, the original engineer's estimate was $971,585 for this. The 4 general contractors were Fed Serve LLC. Their bid came in at $1,005,000. Lunseth Plumbing and Heating, $1,155,577. DLC Contracting, their bid came in at $1,158,000, and Rolac Contracting $1,182,500. So FedServ was the lowest bidder, did meet specifications and schedule requirements. So we would recommend awarding the Roosevelt Pool Filtration Project to FedServ LLC.
So that's pretty good. I mean, that's less than 5% over the
Yes.
estimate.
Yes, Park Board President Commissioners, yes, it fell right in line where we thought. So again, that range we went through at the, I think it was December board meeting, project cost, A&E, contingency, as of right now, unless something comes into a change order of some kind, it should fit into what we are anticipating, especially for the bonding side of it.
How do you feel about the timeline and getting what you need for equipment and getting it done?
Yeah, today after the bids were opened, before we came back to this, AE2S did follow up with the low bidder and just asked those questions. How do you feel? And they go, yeah, we'll be able to get it done in that time frame. It's going to be tight. I mean, it's going to be busy. It's going to be a busy 2 months this fall, and then it's going to be a sprint in the spring, but they feel very confident to get it done.
With the new, what Ryan told us, the access to get in there should be adequate.
Yeah, Park Board President Commissioners and A2S has been in conversations with Houston Engineering and Park Construction Company to be able to move things around. So when it comes time for us to get in and do our project, there should be no issues. They have a piece right there by a hydrant and things should be done prior to us getting in there for our project. So again, we'll all need to play nice and just kind of move around each other as needed.
Where's this company from?
The Park Board President Commissioners, they are out of West Fargo, but it is local project managers. So feel very comfortable.
And it was FedServ LLC, you said?
FedServ LLC.
Any other questions of Jared or anyone? If not, we want to move ahead and maybe approve that.
I would move that we accept FedServ LLC bid of 1005634.
Yeah, 1,630,000.
Oh, just 1.005 million.
1.005.
Okay. You wanna? That sounds good for your motion?
Yeah.
All right. And you second?
Yes.
Okay. Any further discussion? Any discussion? Kellen, you can call the roll on this.
Upda.
Yes.
Kirkhammer.
Yes.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Olson.
Yes. Excellent. Thanks, Jared. Appreciate it. Other business. Is there anything else anyone wants to talk about? If not, let's go to the alcohol permits, two of them, Person and Mark.
I make a motion to approve the 2 alcohol permits.
Motion and second. Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Ellie.
I don't have a ton to report other than the meeting we held behind this. I am, one of my biggest focus for the next, truly 6 months is the June 3rd vote and getting the information out there. So I have been setting up presentations and meetings, and I mean it when I say it. There's no group too small or too big that I would like to get in front of. So I just want to keep putting that ask out there. I want to thank you all for being able to come at 4:30 today and the staff for getting the information. It's going to take all of us to make sure that we're reaching the people that want to have the facts when they go on June 3rd. So thank you all for that. Jared talked about the application for AZA. This is, being in this position, this is the most I've been involved with it. And I can't thank Jared and Logan and the entire staff at the zoo for the amount of work that goes into the application. And that's just one of the phases. And then the next phase is, once again, one of my favorite parts about the Park District. It's all hands on deck, truly, to make this happen and come to fruition. So we have plenty of work ahead of us in plenty of different aspects, and that's not including just our regular stuff in summer and spring when we even get busier. And I can say that because Bob's not sitting in front of me today. But so thank you guys for that. But other than that, I don't have a lot to add.
Yeah, no, thanks for today's event. That was good. Had some local media, and I'll be good. Anything for Ellie? All right, commissioners' reports. We can start with Commissioner Hubda.
The only thing I want to say, just echo what, I've been here a long time, and I gotta say, I think this is the best project and the best way for this district to go, to move forward and to be progressive on this. So I really feel that every vote's gonna count. Your brother, your sister, your parents, if you're my kids, younger people, but every vote counts, and you and us giving the information that we can so people take a good, educated look at it really makes a difference. I've been in school votes where it's been so close that a couple of votes made a huge difference. So everybody in this room can have an impact on whether this passes. So I thank you for your work in 2024 and in advance for your work and your support in 2025.
Thanks, Cliff. Commissioner Kirkhammer.
No, I have nothing to.
All right. Commissioner Schmidt.
Yeah, just a couple of quick things. Just welcome Eric, to the group here. Heard good things about you in the past, so welcome. The only other thing is just, kind of echo what Cliff is saying about the whole organization, is that this huge project that we're looking at doing on June 3rd with the vote. And then over the holidays, my family is here, and we took them out twice to the golf course for the tubing. And it's amazing to see all the tubes rented out, all the people that were out there. So you have this big thing we're going after, but then you have a small thing, at the golf course that we're utilizing something that we already have. And it's just important to get those things done. And again, we're looking at things for the community, for our community people to have. And the people that were out there, the 2 days we were out there during the holidays, was amazing how much fun they were having. So even the small things that we do have an impact on our community. And the people that are here, short time people that are here, the military people, they just, a lot of them are out there and they just loved it. So we can't, I want this project to go, but we can't lose sight of the small things that this organization does a great deal on. And I appreciate everything you guys do. Thanks.
All right. Thanks, Mike. And I'm good this week or this month as well. So I'd entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Make a motion to adjourn.
And a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, let's open the foundation meeting. Personal appearances. Personal appearances. If not, let's go to the minutes for approval or rejection.
I'll move to approve the minute.
Okay, motion and second. Any discussion on the minutes? Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. All right, see the bills for $246,709.75 this month. You have any questions?
I'll move to approve 246,709.7.
Okay, we've got a motion
Yes.
Second.
and a second. Any discussion or questions on that? Any questions? All right, go ahead and call the roll then.
Hovda.
Yes.
Kirkhammer.
Yes.
Schmidt.
Yes.
Olson.
Yes. Callan, anything you want to talk about?
I have nothing to add.
Okay, I don't think there's any new business or old business, so I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Great.